Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna speak about Khalil Coe missing weight against Jesse Hart, being over 7 pounds. You see what I'm saying? We definitely gonna talk about that. Seems like missing weight is starting to become a trend in the sport of boxing. Unfortunately, we definitely gonna speak about that. We're gonna speak about Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla and how the way they looking. Then we're gonna wrap up the live by giving our final predictions. You see what I'm saying? But before we get into that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,300 mark. About to hit that 3,400 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. What's going on? What's going on? How we feeling? How we feeling? King of Brooklyn, what up? Coffee Plant, what's good with you? Coffee said, "Did I see that UFC shit? Are you talking about the kid, the guy who had weighed in and then he like passed out on stage? If that's what you're talking about, I did see that. Yeah, man. You know, that's not the first time that I've seen that happen in person. I've seen that happen a lot, especially within the UFC. They just got to switch up how the way they cut weight, man. You know, the UFC got to add more weight classes. That's just the reality at the end of the day. Dana White's been trying to avoid it. Why? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to sign, more people. Uh, but that lack of adding weight classes in between, like there's huge gaps between these UFC weight classes. Like you got like 135. What is it, like 135? You got like 145. Then you got 155. Then from 155 you got 170. And it's like that's a hell of a fucking jump, bro. And then from 170 you got 185. Then from 185 you got 205. You feel me? So I definitely think that because there's people who may be too big for 155, but then may be too small for 170. You know what I'm saying? There may be somebody, like everybody's body's different. You know what I'm saying? So, and with these guys passing out on stage, it's obvious that they're doing something wrong for the weight cut, first of all. Two, they don't belong in that weight class. And, if they keep moving like this, man, there's gonna be a situation where one of those fighters may be unallowed from, a drastic weight cut. You know what I'm saying? You can't play with those type of things, like, to be getting, and I don't know what these motherfuckers getting paid or nothing like that, but at the end of the day, I know they ain't getting paid a whole lot. I know that. That's been one of the biggest criticisms about the UFC. If you're going to be putting your health on the line and, your life on the line overall, you know what I'm saying? At least do the weight cut the right way. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely an unfortunate situation for that guy. I hope he gets taken care of. I hope they're not letting him fight. That's an automatic cancellation. Like, that's not even something that should be discussed, to be honest with you. Give a fuck what the fighter says. You know what I mean? If you collapsing on stage like that, we don't even want to see you perform, brother. You may have worked your ass off for that camp, but your health is more important. Don't know the brother's name, but I hope he recovers ASAP and hopefully, he continues to have a fruitful career, despite that situation. So salute to the brother, man. You just gotta be careful how the way you cutting that weight, man. Lose weight progressively throughout camp, man. Don't just wait until the week of the fight to start cutting. That's a very, very, very dangerous situation, and I don't think that's really healthy for your body at all. But it is what it is. Shout out to everybody else that's in the building. My boy Yasser Ali in the building. He said, man, Muratalla versus Cruz is so slept on. One of the best fights in boxing. Who you got? It's definitely slept on. And for the reason why it's a slept on fight is because, a lot of these boxing fans nowadays, they only like to talk about certain fighters. Dev, Ryan, Tank, Shakur, Boots. They only want to talk about specific fighters. These guys don't really sit down You know what I'm saying? And what my Onyx niggas say, do the knowledge. And they don't want to do the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want to sit back and see who are the underappreciated fighters of this era. They don't want to see who, the more, the slept on, underrated guys are. And I think Raymond Mordetai is an underrated fighter. I don't personally, and I really liked how the way he came up, man. I've been paying attention to Mordetai for a long time. Really wasn't impressed with his, Tevin Farmer performance or anything like that. I think his stock did take a hit after that, but besides all of that, Raymond Mordetai is a solid fighter. You know what I mean? He got some decent power, good boxing ability, got some defensive flaws, and I think that in itself is why I believe Andy Cruz is going to pull off the victory. He goes back in a straight line. You know what I mean? When he's not pulling back in a straight line, his feet get stuck in the mud, and he stays on the center line. And I think Andy Cruz is going to really take advantage of that and put on a boxing clinic. I think he's going to land the cleaner, more effective shots. I don't really see anybody getting knocked out or anything like that. I just see Andy Cruz, coasting to a unanimous decision. Not saying that he's just going to blow Raymond Mordetai out the water. I'm sure Raymond's going to have some moments as well because he is a very much skilled fighter. And, if he plays cards right, he may possibly get the upset. You know what I'm saying? But it's a great competitive fight, man. Raymond Mordetai, young, in his prime, champion that's looking to validate himself at lightweight. You got Andy Cruz, a decorated amateur who's solidifying himself as a pro and is taking his first leap towards a world title shot. So, and you got to take into consideration that Raymond Mordetai, he's a new champion in his own right. He's not very experienced as a champion. He's trying to prove to the people that he deserves that world title. If he loses his title right now, people will look at it as, he didn't deserve to be a champion in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So I think they both got something to prove. It's a great fight and shit. It could really go either way. But I'm really rooting for Andy Cruz, man. Bozy Ennis and them really hope they're able to pull that off. Bozy Ennis getting another champion will really solidify himself as a coach. And he is already, but that'll just add on to his resume. And I think that'll be a beautiful thing for Bozy Ennis, his team, and Philly. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Bozy Ennis, man. But anyways, how we feeling today, man? How we feeling, man? I hope we not feeling like Khalil Coe, man. This dude, Khalil Coe, who has a big fight coming up, as a co-main event to Andy Cruz versus Raymond Mordetai against Philadelphia contender, you know what I'm saying, formerly signed with Top Rank, fought big fights, Joe Smith Jr., Gilberto Ramirez, shit like that. Jesse Hard Work Hart. You know what I'm saying? He's been around the block. He wasn't able to get a world title or anything like that, but has fought on the big stage on multiple occasions. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't really got those signature wins on his resume, but he's very game. He's very dangerous. I guess you could say a veteran at this point. And there's some people that's making claims that Jesse Hart's best days are behind him. I heard Rasheem Jefferson, Khalil Coe's coach, who's from Philadelphia as well, say that Jesse Hart's a has-been. You know what I'm saying? That could be looked at as disrespectful, depending on who you're talking to. But that's how people view Jesse Hart. That's the light that people view Jesse Hart in nowadays. Jesse Hart, he seems to be motivated. He's very irritated by what had just happened to him. And to be honest with you, I've seen fights get canceled for people who've been overweight by the same amount. I'm going to tell you guys a story. We had a fighter by the name of Rashid Johnson, right? And I know this is a local level fight and things like that, so that's probably why they canceled it. It probably didn't have all like the eyes on it that a Jesse Hart and a Khalil Coe had, but regardless, I'm going to give you guys an example. We had a fighter by the name of Rashid Johnson. Shout out to Rashid Johnson, still a good friend of mine to this day. We were training him to get ready for a fight at the Sugar House Casino in Philadelphia. I believe it's called, what's that casino called? Rivers. Now it's called Rivers Casino in Philadelphia. But regardless, we had a fight over there. And he was fighting somebody by the name of Vincent Floyd. They call him Vinny Floyd for short. And it was a 147-pound contest, a welterweight contest. And, we did everything we could to make sure that he got the weight off. And he made the weight quite easily, to be honest with you. But it was tougher for a guy like Rashid Johnson because he was a type 1 diabetic. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if you guys ever trained somebody who had diabetes or had somebody in your family that has diabetes. It's not an easy thing to be a high performance like athlete or be in a sport as demanding as boxing and be a type 1 diabetic. But Rashid Johnson was able to show you guys, despite him not fighting at a high level, that he was capable of doing it. You know what I'm saying? And when we had went to the weigh-ins, Rashid Johnson, 146 point something, and this dude, Vinny Floyd, came in at 154 pounds. 154 pounds. Now, they ended up, fighting later down the line, and Rashid was able to beat him. But, at that moment in time, the fight had gotten canceled because he was a whole weight class above. Now, looking at Jesse Hart and Khalil Coe, Jesse Hart made the weight, looked to be in phenomenal shape as well. But this dude, Khalil Coe, was literally a cruiserweight. A cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? And look, there could be a shit ton of reasons as to why Khalil Coe didn't make weight. Maybe he had gotten sick. You know what I'm saying? When you in them areas, when that weather changes up or it gets real cold, a lot of people are prone to different types of illnesses, flus, colds, bronchitis, whatever, COVID, whatever. You know what I mean? It could have been a situation like that. Maybe he blew up after his injury when he had to initially pull out of the first Jesse Hart fight. It could be a lot of things, but similar to Keyshawn Davis, when he missed weight, a lot of people made claims that Keyshawn Davis had missed weight purposely in order to not fight. You see what I'm saying? So, there are people that's making claims that Khalil Coe is looking for a way out of the fight with Jesse Hart. And I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I didn't see a man who attempted to make weight that day. I didn't see Khalil Coe his body looked bone dry. It didn't look like he was attempting to get the weight off at all. It looked like that was the weight that he chose to stick around at, and that's what he gave us. Now, if he came in that heavy, 7 pounds over the 175-pound limit, so that let me know he was like 182.8, I believe. He could have been very much heavier. He could have very much been a lot heavier than that, and that's just what he got down to. And he probably couldn't cut anymore because he didn't want to burn himself out. You know what I'm saying? So complete unprofessionalism from Khalil Coe, very disrespectful to his promoter, who's putting money up to put him on high level cards, high level fights and shit like that. He definitely he definitely needs to be apologizing to the network. You know what I mean? He needs to apologize to his trainer for him, because that's embarrassing on the trainer's behalf too. You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to be looking at Rasheem Jefferson and be like, yo, what the fuck was y'all doing in camp that this dude came in 7 pounds over? You know what I'm saying? So, Khalil Coe owes everybody an apology. And most importantly, you owe an apology to Jesse Hart, because this man was sacrificing getting down to the weight. And, Jesse Hart's not a little dude. You feel what I'm saying? He sacrificed. He did what he needed to do. He put in work for 8 weeks. He said he was in camp for 8 weeks. So if he was in camp for 8 weeks and you the A side, Khalil Coe, I'm pretty sure you had 8 weeks or more. So this is inexcusable, man. Very embarrassing, to be honest with you. Embarrassing to yourself and your team. And like I said, you need to be apologizing for everybody that was involved with this event. Especially Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn had to be disgusted by hearing the news that, you came in overweight, man. You almost fucked up his money. And not only that, you're probably going to have to pay a little nice check to Jesse Hart and them in order to fight. You feel what I'm saying? Jesse Hart, you got him motivated. You got him believing in, his theories, and that you don't really want to fight him and you looking for a way out. So now he's saying he on your ass. So you coming in, you might not be in the best shape. That's one. You might not be in the best shape, especially if you came in. If you came in that heavy, that lets me know that you may not be in the best shape, or you didn't prepare properly. Either one of the two, or you're just looking for some type of slick advantage. I don't know what the case is, but I know that Jesse Hart's coming to Rumble. He got a battery in his back, and you may be in trouble as a result of that. you may be in trouble as a result of that, man. But these type of things, you know, should never happen in the sport of boxing, in my opinion. Unless you're coming in on some late notice shit. You know, Jesse Hart, you know, he trained 8 weeks. Khalil Coe, he trained 8 weeks. There's no reason why you're fucking 7 pounds and some change over, damn near 8 pounds over. You know what I'm saying? So let me show you guys what I'm talking about, because similar to Keyshawn Davis with Edwin De Los Santos, I didn't really see anything that let me know that he was in the process of getting the weight off or anything like that. Let's just take a look. Shout out to Fight Hub for the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to weigh in the chief support of the evening, as Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing is proud to present 10 rounds for the WBC USA Light Heavyweight Championship. Now making his way to the stage, professional record, 31 victories, 3 defeats. He has 25 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former USBA, NABO, and NABF champion and the former 2-time world title challenger. He fights out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Jesse Hard Work Hart. Hart.
Hell no. Hell no.
And his opponent now making his way to the stage, professional record, 10 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw. With
shout out to the boy Greg. It's time for him to put his coaching on full display, man. Looking forward to seeing what he cook up.
8 of his 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Jersey City, New Jersey, the big stepper, Khalil Coe.
The big stepper should have stepped on that motherfucking scale and made weight. Really not a good look, man. Really not a good look.
Coe. Now to the scale, hard work, Jesse Hart. 174.6 for Jesse Hard Work Hart. 174.6.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta look at Jesse Hart's previous pictures. I don't know if he's like a. Hold on, let me take a look at Jesse Hart and previous weigh-ins. Yeah, like this physique that he has at light heavyweight looks totally different than the physique that he has at 175. He looks a lot more cut up at 68. Maybe 175 is a comfortable weight for him. But yeah, he look a little soft, to be honest with you, in the abdominal area. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that he is out of shape, but this may have just been a ceremonial weigh-in. So maybe he's already hydrated, ready to go. But even then, like, I've never seen his abdominal area look like this. Like, I've seen pictures of Jesse Hart where he looked absolutely shredded. Trying to see if I could find other pictures. And I'm looking at previous weigh-in pictures, and he looked cut up. This right here don't really show that, but you know, whatever. I mean, he made the weight, so it is what it is. We're not even about to criticize him. He did his job.
4.6 for Jesse Hard Work Hart. 174.6. And now to the scale, big stepper, Khalil Coe. 182.8 for Khalil Coe. 182.8.
Bully says Keyshawn was skin tight, though, when he missed weight. Dude, big as fuck with 135. Well, he may have been skin tight in terms of not having fat on his body, but you could also tell by looking at his body that he had a lot of water in his system, which that's very easy to tell. You know, he wasn't like, oh, fucking like shredded, where it's like, oh man, there ain't no water weight to really pull from. You know, Keyshawn could have got some water out of his system and made that weight. And he let you know that he didn't make weight, you know. And if you don't want to listen to me, just listen to him. He said that he didn't make weight because he was drinking every day. So if you're drinking every day, it's because, you know, I think it's safe to say you got water in your system. So yeah, Keyshawn may have been skin tight, but you know, you don't only lose weight by burning fat. You also lose weight by removing water from your system. That's called weight manipulation.
2.8 for Khalil Coe, 182.
And this is what I mean right here. You see Khalil Coe, nothing. There's no strong indicator here that he worked out or anything like that. You don't see the man sweating or nothing, but you see like in his abdominal area, like obviously you see the abs. So it's not like he's totally out of shape, but at the same time, his abs aren't the most defined. There's a lot of like if you look, you know, because you know the abs aren't really crazy defined or popped out, especially right here. He even got, you know, you can even see that he got a little love handles and shit. He got plenty in his water the system to cut. So, like I said, I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if he was sick. I don't know if he just had a bad training camp. I don't know if he blew up crazy in weight, but it's hard for me to believe as somebody who's coached fighters, somebody who's had a small amount of time in boxing, that he spent this camp devoting himself to a game plan, you know, sharpening up his skills. If you come in 7 pounds overweight, that lets me know that you may have spent your whole camp just trying to cut weight. That's what that lets me know. You had a fat camp. And fat camps could be very detrimental to fighters in a way because all you're worried about is weight. That's where your mind is at. You're not necessarily working on, you know, how to get better. You know what I mean? Pushing your skill set to a new level, sharpening up your tools. Your whole objective is to make sure that you're able to get from this weight to the weight that you're contractually obligated to fight at. So this is going to be very telling, man. I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Khalil Coe may still come out victorious. Like I said, I'm surprised that this commission allowed, because where are they fighting at? Are they fighting in Vegas? Where are they fighting? Let's take a look. I didn't even pay attention to the location. But yeah, this is in Las Vegas. This is at the Fontainebleau. Okay. So, you know, Nevada State Athletic Commission, Jesse Hart said he had begged to let the fight go on. So, you know, they allowed it, whatever the case is. But this could be a situation where, let's say Khalil Coe, hypothetically speaking, you know, bullies Jesse Hart, beats up Jesse Hart like bad. It's gonna make that commission look bad in a way because you sanctioned this fight despite a man coming in 7 pounds over what they agreed to. You see what I mean? And it's not like they heavyweights where somebody came in, you know, 210 and another person came out 285. Like, no, this is a light heavyweight well, it was supposed to be a light heavyweight contest, but y'all let this man come in as a cruiserweight against this light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So this is a strange situation. I'm honestly shocked because I don't think in PA they would have allowed this shit, to be real. But either one or two things are gonna happen. And I said the same thing about Stephen Fulton when he had missed weight. This is either gonna be something that, well, people are gonna criticize his performance regardless. Because if he beats Jesse Hart, oh well, you miss weight, blah blah. But then if you lose, if you beat Jesse Hart, that's what they're gonna say. Now, if you lose to Jesse Hart, people are gonna question your focus. People are gonna question whether you really wanted to fight or not. It's really a lose-lose situation. That's why it's always great to be a professional. So that way, you know, you make weight, you beat the man. You know what I mean? They may criticize your opponent. You know what I'm saying? But one thing they can't say is that you cheated or you looked for an unfair advantage. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, when I'm looking at Khalil Coe, he doesn't necessarily look out of shape. Like you could tell he trained, but you could tell he didn't cross his T's and dot his I's totally in getting them last few pounds off, obviously.
Hey.
This is the first time that I've seen two people face off and they both jumping in each other's face. That is the first time that I've seen that. If you peep, Greg Hackett tried to take the belt out of Rasheem Jefferson's hands. Didn't look like Rasheem was really with it though.
We got 10 rounds. WBC.
Missing weight, right? Missing weight and then still popping shit like you in the right for doing so. Jersey. It's like, bro, you shouldn't even be repping Jersey because Jersey not even about that, brother. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't put that shit on. Don't do some fuck shit and then put it on Jersey. You making Jersey look bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, what had me cracking the fuck up, and I want you guys to check this out. The fact that I only got 15 viewers lets me know the notifications they get sent out. It is what it is. I appreciate everybody that's coming through and, you know, fucking with it regardless. You know what I mean? We still gonna go ahead and do this. I mean, we're gonna put this on sub-only mode. And we're gonna hear what Jesse Hart's reaction is to this, man. Cause I thought that this was very interesting. And shout out to YSN Sports Media. Shout out to Jamil. You know what I mean? For putting out the interview immediately. Immediately putting out the interview. And what is going on? Putting out the interview immediately, and basically Jesse Hart was going off. He's like really, really upset. He's charged up. You feel what I'm saying? So let's hear what Jesse got to say, right? You ain't got to hear nothing from me. Let's hear it from Jesse. Let me see. He's flexing like it's cool to miss weight. Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that like be up there and have your head down and look all depressed and ashamed. But at the same time, it's like shouldn't really be saying much neither. That's just me. You feel me? Like you gotta fight. You still, of course, you want to try to win. But it is embarrassing for sure. But let's hear what Jesse got to say because he charged up.
Man. Hard work. What up, Just?
How you, Mel?
You already know. I
why
can't hear you.
You can't?
Yeah.
You can't?
I hear you like a little bit.
You hear me now? Let me turn it up.
Still a little bit.
I turned the volume all the way up.
I might have to wait, can y'all hear Just fine?
I turned the volume all the way up.
Yeah, it might be my shit.
I turned it up. My volume up.
Hey, Tango, can you hear Jesse? Can y'all hear Jesse fine? All good? All good. All right, wait. I'm gonna go get my headphones, Jess. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Talk to the people while I go, man.
What's up, y'all? I'm out Vegas. The first part of the training camp is over. We made weight, and this boy's acting crazy out here. People kept saying all this bullshit. He was popping it and all this. I know it's in the fight of heart. I can smell fear. I'm that guy because I'm the devil, for real, for real. I believe in God, but about this boxing shit, I am on everybody's ass real hard. Pause. He ducking tacos. This man came in 8 pounds over the contracted weight. And he's still talking about, yeah. He's still trying to not fight me. I said, yeah, I agreed to everything. He's still not trying to get in that ring with me with 10-ounce gloves on. Because again, when we spar, I put that shit on his ass. He felt me in there. I'm not giving up. Ain't no none of that in my blood, man. He popped all that yesterday. He gotta see me, gang. I don't care how much he overweight. He 8 pounds overweight. He still gotta see me, gang. I'm from 28th and Burke, from the block, for real. Nigga got to pay. Nigga got to pay, man.
Jesse talking that shit. 28 from Burks. What up? Shout out to my North niggas, man. Y'all from North, y'all already know what 28 from Burks is. Yes, sir. Shout out to my Burks people. Shout out to my York people, my Dolphin people. You know what I'm saying? My Huntington people. You know what I mean? Shout out to the numbers. Shout out to, you know what I mean? From American, from Front Street all the way to 69th Street. You heard? Jesse was definitely in his bag. That nigga said, I'm from 28 from Burks. What you talking about? Yes, sir. You talking that shit.
He got to pay. For all that shit he was talking out here, popping it like that and doing all that, the man got to pay, man. He got to pay. And y'all was with him and y'all riding with him. The man got to meet his maker. Everybody got to meet their fucking maker. And everybody got to face what they were saying. Even if I'm popping it, I got to show up to that. I still got to come to school. I'm from North Philly, 28th and Burke, gang. When you from North Philly, everybody got to meet their maker. Ain't no bullshit. Not just one person, not just two person, not just three person. Everybody got to meet their maker. Even if you ain't got it, you got to come through with just your ass. I ain't never ducked no action. Never ducked smoke. Never was scared to fight, not nobody. I'm a real one in this game, nigga.
Yes. I don't know what you said so far, but news broke earlier. Khalil Coe missed weight by, was it 7 or was it 8 pounds?
8 pounds, man.
I guess the first question that everybody's going to ask is the fight still going to happen?
Somebody said, why so angry? Because, why I'm so angry? Because he had 8 weeks to train. He knew he had to meet me. He knew he had to see me. You had 8 weeks. You had the same amount of weeks I trained. And y'all tried to give me a short week to get prepared for this. They tried to let him train earlier, and they tried to thought I was like, no, I still was on. That's why I'm mad, because he popped all that. He popped everything. He popped all that, and he come in unprofessional. 8 pounds over the contracted weight. He don't want to rumble me.
Listen now, Jesse, that's his perspective. That's how he sees the situation. And he may very well be wrong. Maybe Khalil Coe do want to fight him. Maybe he do. But when you do unprofessional things like this, you giving the fighter no choice, but not necessarily giving the fighter no choice, but you're giving them the luxury. You're giving them the freedom to take that angle. You know what I mean? That's why it's always important to just be a professional, man. Pass your drug test. Make weight. You know what I mean? Don't be negligent. Be responsible. Cross your T's, dot your I's. Because when you move like this and you make these type of mistakes, you then allow detractors, fans, fighters, you know what I'm saying? Your peers, you allow them to make these assumptions about you. And even if if they're right, they're wrong, whatever the case is, they may be more likely wrong than right. But when you do these type of things, you can't get mad when they respond and say when they had these type of responses. You see what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, if he had 8 weeks to train, like Jesse said, and Jesse had 8 weeks, he makes weight. You know what I'm saying? There's a sacrifice for all of these guys to make weight. You feel me? So, Khalil Coe not the only one who has to go through certain things and make certain sacrifices in order to, get them, them pounds off. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's really inexcusable. It's really inexcusable, y'all. So when you see somebody who comes in that much overweight, it's not like Khalil Coe was over by like a pound and a half, or whatever the case. No, this dude was off 7 pounds. When I see that, the first thing that pops in my head is, well, two things. Either he ain't trained or he don't want to rumble. So Jesse Hart's taking the latter. He feels like Khalil Coe don't want to rumble. Could he be wrong? Yes. But when you do these type of things, you can't be mad that people are having that reaction or making that assumption.
Go ahead, Mill. What's your question again? I'm sorry, Mill.
First, the question. Well, we'll get to if the fight's going to happen. First time you were supposed to fight on the Duran in this, Usman Lima undercard, co-main event again. He gets a hand injury. Then y'all revisit the fight, and then now he comes in 8 pounds overweight. What's going through your mind, like at the official weigh-in?
He don't want to fight. He's scared to death. Now this shit is getting ready to come down. When the shit really hit the fan, holy, he's serious. Y'all ain't see his eyes at the press conference yesterday when we was popping it in each other's face? How he turned this way, he talking to somebody, and I'm in his face. Like, it's over, nigga. It's over. You're told shit is over.
Bro, I fuck with Jesse Hart, bro. I let him pass a few times, but goddamn, bro. He clearly don't be paying attention to what he be saying. Cause, bro, this nigga done had like 4 pauses since this interview started. And we only like 5 minutes in. This nigga's averaging a pause a minute. Hold on, let's hear that again.
Somebody, I'm in his face. Like, it's over, nigga. It's over. You're told shit is over. It's coming to an end right now. You done. You ain't see my energy. You ain't feel that, man. Through the camera, through the lens. Them niggas ain't feel that.
If face-off, like both of the face-offs had the boxing world buzzing. Like for
and
people.
I was dead serious. He was bluffing. There's a difference when you got a real one in your face and you bluffing. You really ain't gonna bust. I'm gonna throw this shit. And if a nigga dare me to jump off the building, I'm gonna do that too. He's a bluffer, man. He's not like that. These boys bluffing. The real was always hearing me. I ain't never ducked no action. They said Gilberto Ramirez. I fought him the first time. He broke my rib, had me pissing blood. I said, let's run it back. What type of man gonna face that? What type of individual is gonna say, yo, I was pissing blood. He fractured my rib, and I still want that action because he can't beat me. I'm in a hospital bed talking to Brad Goodman in where we was in Arizona the first time we fought. I said, yo, I need it back. I'm pissing blood. I want that. I need that back. However many fights it take me to get that rematch, I need it back. I'm a real live dog, a junkyard one. They kept this dog out in the cold. And I come here and you doing all this pump faking for these cameras.
Yeah, Jesse charged up. Now, you know, me personally, I'm big on reserving energy for the fight. You know what I mean? I do think that when you I think there's different types of crash outs. You know what I mean? There's ones that you have when, you know, you may get physical. You know what I mean? And then there's also the emotional crash outs. And, you know, I do think that there's a certain level of composure that you need to have, you know, in the lead up to fights because, you know, releasing a certain amount of energy emotionally before a fight could really cost you in the ring. Not only that, you know what I mean? When you allow people to get to you emotionally, it could cause you to do some irrational shit in the ring. It could ultimately cost you the fight. You know what I mean? I can't really recall a situation, and I've heard Jesse Hart like talk crazy to fighters in the past, like how he talked to Joe Smith and all that. Like I remember all of that. But this is the most emotional that I've seen Jesse Hart. Now, there are people who seem to get more focused when they're emotionally invested into a fight, like an Oscar De La Hoya. You really didn't want to get Oscar De La Hoya, you know, invested emotionally in the lead up to a fight because that's just going to make him want to, you know, really whoop your ass. You feel what I'm saying? And then there's ones who, when they get too emotionally invested, it pretty much throws off their game, and they're pretty much there to be got. You know what I'm saying? Like Teofimo Lopez, I did think that George Kambosos did a great job getting to him psychologically. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it works for some people, doesn't work so well for other people. It's all dependent upon the person, in my opinion. But yeah, Jesse's really charged up. But if I was somebody that was in his corner, I wouldn't really. I would recommend that he wouldn't divulge too much energy emotionally into this situation. You still wanted to fight. They granted you the fight. Let's chill. Let's relax until the lead up of the fight, until fight night, and then, you know, we get what we filling out our system that night. But of course, we're gonna do this using our brain and not our heart.
and you doing all this for Instagram, and you popping it like you that, and you come in 8 pounds overweight, y'all gotta understand my frustrations, and he still gotta see me. They tried to call a fight off, the Las Vegas commissioner. I came in a pound under the contracted weight. I'm in shape. I'm ready.
Wait, so the fight is still going on?
Still going on.
Jesse, you fighting this dude, and he came in.
Cause I'm a dog, nigga. I want my rec. Oh, you gotta see me. I'm locking the door, Mil.
So they're allowing this shit to happen. They're allowing this fight to happen because Jesse Hart pretty much agreed to everything. Now, like, and you saw Jamil's reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, you really about to take this fight? You know, despite him being, you know, damn near 8 pounds over. He said, yeah, I'm a dog. Like, I don't care. And this is like a situation that could be a little sticky because I ain't going to lie. You know, as a fighter, of course, you want to take the fight. He may be looking at it as something that's personal. He may strongly dislike Khalil Coe. I don't know what it is, but at the end of the day, because he didn't have to shed as much weight as you, he may be in a better position than you from an energy standpoint. Not only that, he actually got a step ahead of you in the rehydration process. So he may be, you know, a bit more, recovered than you are the night of the fight, and that could fuck you over as well. You know, he may have something more in the tank as a result of not having to cut as much. So this either or maybe Khalil Coe's completely out of shape. You know, didn't have the best training camp. Jesse Hart's in dog shape. You know, when it gets to them later rounds, he may actually do some damage. So this is something that, you know, when you're in these type of situations, it's either going to really work in your favor or it's really going to go against you. It's rare if it's something that's ever in between that. See me? So this is definitely a gamble from on Jesse Hart's part, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you.
I'm not letting him get out that door. I'm locking it, pussy. No, you locked in the ground with me. I don't give a fuck about no weight or none of that. This moral. This is where the 28th and Burks come in me at. You popped all that shit, pussy. I'm locking the door. You're not going nowhere. You locked in the cell with me right now, nigga.
Yes, Khalil is a very good fighter, right? So you're
a coward. If he ain't got all the skill, he a coward. Don't mean that.
What I'm saying is it's not like, for anybody watching, it's not like Khalil is a turkey. Khalil can punch. Khalil has boxing skill. You are willing to step.
What it mean if a nigga don't got no heart though, Mil? It don't mean nothing.
Mil's trying to be objective here as he should be as a reporter, but Jesse's so turned up right now that I believe he's perceiving that as Jamil sticking up for Khalil when it's not really that. You know what I mean? Like he in a different state of mind right now. So when he hear that, he feels that like, you know, Jamil is like trying to give Khalil credit, and he pretty much on some fuck Khalil type shit right now. I don't want to hear nothing positive about him because of what he just did. So it's a funny exchange for sure.
No, when I'm trying to give people context. You are willing to go in the ring on an 8-pound deficit to face Khalil Coe.
Because I want that wreck. He gotta see me. He not ducking this. You talked all that shit, you got me to Jamaica. He gotta meet me in the ring, and I'm on ass. I ain't joking and I ain't playing. He gotta see me. He ducked all that shit. Hold on. You got me to Jamaica. He gotta meet me in the ring, and I'm on ass. I ain't joking and I ain't playing. He gotta see me. He ducked all that shit yesterday. He got my daughter mad. My daughter called me crying, Dad, why he push you this, that, and the third on stage, bro? I'm on his ass, bro. Not gonna play with me like that. Play with my fucking daughter like, excuse my language, man. Play with my kid like that. Have my kid riled up because of a push and all that. I'm not playing with this nigga, man. This nigga gotta see me, man. I'm gonna do something heinous to this nigga, man.
Hey, yo, what?
Jess, you've been in there with the belt.
He said, I'm gonna do something heinous to this nigga, man. Yo, I ain't never heard that shit in my fucking life. Yo. He said, man, I'm gonna do something heinous to this nigga, man. What? Bro, I gotta save that. Yo, that's about to be one of my new audio joints, bro. That's really about to be one of my new sounds on this StreamYard shit, bro. I ain't never heard that shit before. He said I'm about to do something heinous to this nigga, man. What? Mr. Big Play Bray, what up, brother? Did you get your notification, man? I don't think my notifications got sent out. But yeah, I'm cracking the fuck up, bro. Look, Jesse dead ass, bro. You can see that shit in his eyes. He ain't fucking around, bro. That nigga's irritated. Yo, dog, I'm saving that sound. As soon as I get over here, bro, I'm saving that sound. Yo, Slime, what up?
Yo,
You heard this nigga Jesse?
hold on. My thing's like kind of like staticky. Hold on. Is it staticky for you on your end, or is it just or is it just me?
It's just you, brother.
All right, bye. We good then. If it's not you, I'm smooth.
All right. You heard this nigga Jesse though?
Yeah, bro. He said I'm gonna do something heinous to this nigga.
Bro,
Like,
I never
bro,
heard that shit in my life.
yo,
That's
bro. I'm looking at this nigga bro. This nigga is. I would not fight that nigga, bro.
who, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm all set, bro. Niggas could tell. Brock could be the nicest nigga on in boxing. Niggas could tell me, yo, you fighting Jesse Hart? I'm gonna be like, nah, fuck no, bro.
Do
I
something
fuck.
heinous to this nigga, man. Yo, listen, and I've been in the gym with Jesse Hart before. Like, I've seen him back, not in a while, honestly, but I've seen him like at fights and stuff like that. He don't know me at all. But like I remember seeing him as a young boy training at Joe Hands, and bro, he used to draw. Like, he used to really stop niggas in the gym. Like, he was like one of them dudes that like if you spar him, you had to be ready for war. Because he was coming to like fry you. Didn't matter who you was. So Jesse Hart pretty much saying how Khalil Coe scared of him because they had sparred before and he beat Khalil up in the gym and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah, like Khalil know what it is. That's why he don't want to fight. But yo, to be real, Jesse been saying that way before he missed weight, bro. Because they were supposed to fight before, and Khalil had pulled out with an injury. But he was like, yo, we ain't see no documentation, we ain't see no surgeries, we ain't see none of this shit to really prove how injured he was. Everybody pretty much slept on that. So now, you know what I mean? They rescheduled a fight. They got 8 weeks of training. Now you coming in damn near 8 pounds overweight. What you think, Islam? Like you think that he's scared? Like you think this motherfucker don't want to fight, or he has something fucked up going on?
I mean, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but 8 pounds is crazy, bro. Because you got to think about it, like, bro, coming in 8 pounds overweight, bro. When you had 8 weeks to train for this nigga, bro, is insanity. I was like, maybe he had a bad weight cut, but that was just me trying to be nice and shit. No, nigga, this is crazy as shit to me. It's
And for those of
insanity,
y'all who can't do math, that's literally 2 months straight of training. Like,
literally.
how now there's a possibility that he may have been injured, was sitting on the couch, and he blew up in weight. But it's like, come on, bro. You gotta be responsible with how much weight you put on in between camps. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm attempting to give him the benefit of the doubt myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know Khalil Coe, so I don't want to jump out the window and just assume. Because to me, he showed heart. You feel me? Like when he had gotten stopped and all that shit, and then he did a rematch in Mexico. I think that shit was in Mexico. And he stopped boy with a jab, basically. I'm like, all right, Khalil just made a statement. Like what he did took a lot of courage to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I looked at him as somebody who did have heart that, proved that he could get past some things, face adversity, and overcome it. You know what I'm saying? But this situation right here, it's like, I really can't be mad at Jesse for taking this angle. Like if a
Not
nigga,
facts at all.
like if Jesse running around talking about, yo, this nigga scared of me because of what I done did to him before, and then he pull out of the fight, and then when y'all get the fight back going, now you coming in damn near 8 pounds overweight. It's like, all right, bro, like, is this shit a coincidence, or are you really looking for a way out of the fight? That's how I
Nah,
see the shit. And
nah,
I
that's
don't
just
recall Khalil missing weight in the past. I might have to do my research. But it's like out of
right.
all times, now you gonna do that? you pretty much giving this nigga even more ammunition to build on to make himself more confident going into this fight.
Right.
So let's see what else is. I had to play back this part because Jesse was wilding.
This nigga, man. This nigga gotta see me, man. I'm gonna do something heinous to this nigga, man.
Jesse, you've been in there with the best.
Right.
Gilberto Ramirez,
I'm gonna do something
fucking
heinous.
huge dude. Now he's fighting at cruiserweight, and he looks big at cruiserweight. Joe Smith, Sullivan Barrera, all dangerous guys. All guys that are punchers, all guys who are skillful.
Right.
Mindset-wise, how do you prepare yourself to go in there with? I know you're dangerous too, but how you know you got guys that duck, you got guys that look for softer touches.
Yeah.
Why are you this way?
Because I'm a gladiator. Like this man just tagged Go. He said, this is a gladiator. I'm a fucking warrior. You put me out in the court, I'm a warrior, and I'm Achilles. I feel like I got Achilles blood in me, bro. I feel like that. I got alligator blood in me, bro.
What?
When I was a kid, my pop said, man, it's not the size of a man, it's the heart in the man. It's the heart in the man that'll win some fights, that'll win some shit, that you can take over. And I just really, on God, bro. I feel like I ain't the biggest. I never been the biggest. I got my cousin Eric here, bro. He'll tell you I never been the biggest kid. I only weighed 96 pounds, soaking wet. But I always believe what my dad told me. Bro, your heart, bro.
Mind you, this nigga Jesse Hart big as shit. Have y'all niggas ever seen Jesse Hart in person? That nigga big as shit, bro.
Nigga,
he gotta be every bit of like 6'3", 6'4", bro.
Bro.
He like 6'3", 6'4". He fight at light heavyweight top. I never been the biggest. Nigga, you bigger than Khalil. You bigger than a lot of niggas. Fuck is you talking about? That nigga, every time I see him, the nigga, he be cut the fuck up, look like an action figure and shit. Big than a motherfucker, like. So him saying that is just funny.
Bro, on dogs, thank God that nigga decided to become a boxer, bro. Because if that nigga was into the streets, bro, he would have fucking blew up Philly. He would have blew up Philly. I swear to God. He would have nuked the whole shit.
No, I don't think it was. We gonna let this shit.
That nigga's tweaking, dog.
No. Look at his face, bro. He dead ass.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. Thank God he became a boxer.
I don't think he will be bombing on Philly, bro. You about to hear who he gonna talk about. He was talking crazy in this joint. Watch.
You gotta have the biggest heart in the room. Just because you don't mean nothing. You gotta have more heart. You gotta have your mind got to be more stronger than theirs. Your heart got to be on it. Like, and I believe my dad. He said everybody Pop said that, but I just believe my Pop differently from a kid. Like, damn, Dad, you think I can do that? And ever since then, my dad told me that I jump off a building if they dare me to. I always believed that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my heart, whatever y'all scared to do, I ain't scared to do nothing. That's why all these cuts come from my head, right here. I dived off the joint on the side of my house. Man, my cousin was just talking about it. Everybody, all the other kids were scared to do it. Nigga, I'm doing it. Come on, let's go. I ain't never been a coward, bro. I ain't never been a coward in my life. Never ran, never will from nothing. You talk all that shit, and now you come.
Yo, Slime. Or I think he got it. They kicked him off.
I'm in here 8 pounds overweight, and then you say, "Oh no, I'm not fighting." Matchroom Eddie Hearn was. You sure I should have seen how disappointed Eddie Hearn.
Wait. All right, so peel back the curtain for us. He misses weight. What happens after that? Like, what's the whole process? And what was it like?
He comes in at 183 pounds. I get on the scale first with all my clothes on. At 176 pounds, was it, Greg? 176.0 with all my clothes on. I just made it because I overpound. Then I get on the scale with my clothes off because you got to mind you, it was a title on the line for the WBC.
Oh, so shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that Lord US NBC title he had, the regional belt. The WBC was like, only Jesse can fight for it if he on weight. I get on the scale to meet his requirements so I can still fight him at over the 175-pound weight limit. Then I take all my clothes off. I take all my clothes off. I'm 174.5 or 6 or something. I'm a pound under the contractor, the original contractor weight. So the WBC, like, you can still sign. So I see Eddie's face. Eddie like, this is disgusting. Like, he said some foreign, you know, they over there, they talk real like, this is absurd. This is ridiculous, mate. Like, he said something like that. So I'm like, man, why he talking like that? Like, looking at Khalil. And Khalil looking, but he not saying nothing to me. He not trying to even.
Yo, what y'all think Eddie Hearn said when he saw Khalil Coe wait? I think Eddie Hearn was like, you know how the UK boys be talking? He's like, fuck me. Yo, I know for a fact that nigga Eddie was hurt. Dick sakes. Bullocks, mate. He definitely said Bullocks. Bullocks, mate. Yeah. For Christ's sake. Yo, them niggas be tripping, bro. I know Eddie Hearn was like, he was also what's Gordon Ramsay shit. He definitely was on some Gordon Ramsay shit. Whenever Gordon was mad as shit in that kitchen, he was like, fuck me. Yo, that was funny as shit. He said, this is ridiculous. It's absurd.
Look in my eyes. But I start screaming. He still got to see me in there. I don't care about no weight. He got to eat them words. He got to back that shit up. My daughter called me last night. Talking about, Dad, I ain't like that push. I don't like when nobody touch you, Dad. You got to do this. Yeah, rubbish. And he was saying rubbish and stuff like that. This is rubbish, mate. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was just really, really bad on Khalil Coe's part. And he got to see me. He came in 8 pounds overweight. And then we negotiated about a purse, but it's mainly not about the money to me. It's mainly about the words, man, how he was doing yesterday, how he was acting. He pushing on me and he trying to move me out the way. And I'm like, I know he's a coward. In my heart, I know I seen his type before. They big bitches, man. They like Debo's. Debo still had heart, though. Niggas still pulled the ratchet on him. He was still like, nigga, what you gonna do with that? Make me mad? If you pull a ratchet on him, he'll leave. But he not even a D. He just a big, scary, bitch-ass nigga, and I don't like that shit. I know these niggas was from Jersey. He got all these Jersey people here. Yeah. And they screaming in the crowd, Jersey. And I'm from North Philly, and I'm like, what y'all known for? What Jersey ever was, what y'all ever do? What you ever do to Philadelphia? What they ever do, man? What we know them niggas for? Nothing. Who? Name
I have to remain impartial while conducting the interview.
Then I'm asking you a question. That's my question to you. Can you just please, what is Jersey known for? For rap, for violence, for any? What is they known for?
What do I know Jersey for?
What do you know Jersey for, Bill?
I'll tell you what they known for. I'll tell you what they known for. They known for Jersey a getaway for Philly. For real. So when we think about Jersey, we think about fishing. We thinking about beaches. We thinking about summertime. We thinking about boardwalks, funnel cake. That's the shit that we be thinking about. I don't know, like, but this nigga Jesse about to really start shooting at New Jersey for no reason. This nigga just crashing out, talking shit about Jersey because.
What was he saying? What play? Yo, you could play it back for a little, like 2 seconds for me, real quick. What was he saying?
I got you. He was snapping. Hold on.
For violence, for any? My question to you: can you just please?
While conducting the interview.
What we know Jersey for, man?
I have to.
For nothing. Jersey ever out Jersey? All these Jersey people here, yeah, and they screaming in the crowd, Jersey. And I'm from North Philly, and I'm like, what y'all known for? What Jersey ever was? What y'all ever do? What you ever do to Philadelphia? What they ever do, man? What we know them niggas for? Nothing. Who? Name.
I have to remain impartial while conducting
What
the
we know
interview.
Jersey for, Mel? Can I ask you a question? That's my question to you. Can you just please? What is Jersey known for? For wreck? For violence? For any? What is they known for?
What do I know Jersey for?
What do you know Jersey for, Mel?
I know Jersey for the shore. I know Jersey for farms.
Atlantic City.
Now
All right.
it's definitely some real spots. in
Yo,
Jersey. Madison's.
No, there's definitely some real spots in Jersey though, like Newark definitely where Khalil from. It definitely get down to Newark.
nigga, Camden was like the
I
top
was
highest joint
I'm
at
just
one
about to
point.
say that. Camden, which is really Philly, to be honest, but I'm sure Camden people don't want to consider it that, but bro, Camden really is literally 5 minutes south of where I live. Yeah, Camden get crazy for sure. I had a homie, actually my aunt's ex-husband, worked at in a project building down in Camden. That shit was, I ain't gonna lie, like I don't really be getting uncomfortable too easy over there. That shit was like a little, that shit was rough around there, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. He said Patterson. I never been to Patterson, but you know, I believe that shit for sure. But like a lot of the niggas that I be dealing with for like the amateur shows and shit, they be from up Jersey, and you could tell they be straight hood niggas. For real. So I ain't surprised. So Jesse about to keep going crazy on Jersey. Watch. And Lorenzo said he about to blow New Jersey up on some Chief Keef shit. He need, like at this point he need to come out the finito. If he don't, like I don't even understand. Like,
Bro, if he comes out to Finito, bro, he's goated.
he need to at this point. All that shit you just said about Jersey, now you got to ride off that. Pause. You feel what I'm saying? Like yeah. Arsenal and Sue Surf, yeah. I ain't really fuck with Arsenal, but Sue Surf was tough, and Sue Surf got good music. Des 215 said Camden, Violin, Millville. That's a lot of hoods in Jersey. Millville? Now, Violin, I've been to Violin. Violin got a lot of Puerto Ricans. Would have never guessed. Yeah. But I don't know too much about Millville though. But Violin got a shit ton of Ricans. I remember I had went down there for sparring. We were sparring some bull. Forgot his name. Carlos Perez. It was something like that. Some Hispanic bull. DeCarlo Perez. He was from Violin, and we went down there, bro. And we was sparring in like somebody's basement. It was crazy. We was like at somebody's crib in the basement. They had like a whole boxing system set up. Yeah, it was a big ass finished basement, bro. And you really couldn't tell we was in the basement, but we literally like went through somebody's house to go downstairs. And yo, bro, it was like I'm talking about we come out the crib, we walk into the car, fucking reeking niggas with Hondas blasting music and shit. I was like, oh yeah, this shit kind of crazy over here. That's how I seen in Lowell.
What, in Lowell?
Yeah, that one section I was in, it was Regans niggas posted up on the corner and shit. So what the fuck? But yeah, shit was kind of crazy. Let's go.
Newark and all that, but overall, Jersey is not known.
Do we talk about Jersey and Philadelphia like Jersey is doing?
No.
Do we do that?
No.
No, we don't. No, we don't in Philadelphia. I'm gonna tell you this. But they talk about everybody from Philadelphia, and he was saying, I be over Philly a lot because we popping, nigga. Because this where the real shit at. He said, because I be in Philly more than, nigga, you don't be in Philly more than me. You just be in Philly for boxing, but you partake in us because we like that and we thorough. Niggas corny over, not to disrespect nobody from Jersey, but y'all cool. But what's up, Neil? What we talking about? He's scared.
Yo, I don't, half my family, like people don't know, like I got a big portion of my family from Camden. Now, it's, like I said, there's spots.
Mind you, bro, this nigga, he's literally the representation of any angry Philly nigga. Like, I know a million niggas, bro, that act just like him when they heated. So that to see this shit, it sound like I'm just like on the block or something, bro. The shit is fucking hilarious, bro.
Nah, this
Watching
nigga
Jersey,
Jesse Hart's hilarious, bro. He came on that joint snapping, bro. I'm like,
Bro, he
bro,
not done. He not
he
done.
he said like 8 pause shits in like the
In a
first half,
row.
in the first beginning. I'm like, what the fuck?
He said, "Yeah, we both popping it in each other's face." I was like, nigga, but like he a little older, so they, bro, like when you like in your mid, like niggas that be in their mid-30s, bro, they not playing them games, bro. So like I get it, but it's like, yeah, Jesse definitely was wild. I let like 2 of them go past, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, bro, he not done, bro. He started drawing. Watch.
you know,
But we
niggas
don't
out
talk
north,
about it.
yeah, niggas out Patterson, niggas out Camden,
cool.
they, you know, they get into it. But
That's
as
cool.
far as
That's
Philadelphia,
cool.
nah, Philadelphia doesn't really worry about
Niggas
Jersey.
from Jersey, right? I thank you. That's what I said yesterday. I was like, man, I said, yo, we don't worry about the niggas in here. I said, I said, yo, Jersey. I said, and you can see me on the mic. Jersey. Shaq from Jersey. I said Jersey. I said he from Jersey. People like Jersey. What do you say about Jersey? Bro, y'all not known for nothing. Everything y'all do is corny to us in Philly. Y'all rappers corny. Y'all battle rappers corny. Y'all come to our city to really see what's really going on. Y'all can't dress. And y'all just corny. This nigga had on a jeans set with a belt with his girl. Them niggas is corny. And he got a belt. Like you supposed to know where the sauce at. Nigga.
Yo, Shay, that's my baby. Leave Shay out of it.
No. I'm not saying nothing about her, but she was popping it too. I ain't saying nothing about her. She cool, but I'm saying I seen a picture. This nigga can't even dress. He talking about Jersey. You can't even. What is you doing? You got on this little chain.
Yo, this nigga's going stupid.
Talking about on his joint. He fidgeting with his hands. When a nigga fidgeting like on a 50 Cent joint. And at the press conference, I don't trust him. He's scared. He's scared. What you keep moving for? If you see me at the press conference, I was talking. I was like, yeah, he all right. Yeah, he got his lick back against a 140-pounder. But Mill, I need you to be honest, Mill. I need you to be honest for the people that's on here. Did I not tell you he was scared to rumble me in the gym? Just a yes or no question.
Yes.
I need you to answer. Did I tell you that, Mill?
Yes.
He said, I don't really got him down for not fighting, Hart. I got him down for, you said, Mill,
I think Khalil's a good fighter. That's my young boy. I think he's a good fighter, and I think Khalil got a heart.
That's exactly what you told me, Mill.
Yes.
That's exactly what Mill told me. He said, no, Jess, I believe he gonna fight. I believe he got heart. He been out there working with Rel for 8 weeks. You gave him all the accolades in the world. I get out here, and he 8 pounds overweight. And he knew I was coming. He knew he had to meet his maker. He knocked on the devil's door. He knocked on the devil's door. Not once, but twice.
Oh, this nigga's fried.
And then he said he not fighting. And then I said, because the money they was trying to give me was like too much out of his purse. I was like, I don't care about the weight. I want to rumble you. He's like, I ain't fighting. See, this is what y'all don't know.
He said that, bro. I hope he didn't say that, bro.
Khalil Coe said that. That's comedy.
Because he said they was taking too much money out his purse. You bitch ass nigga, what you think happened when you miss weight? Now he about to get me hot. He about to get me hot, bro. I'm trying to chill because I fuck with Rel, bro, as coach. I fuck with Rel. But what you mean, nigga? You come in 8 pounds, so that pretty much confirmed for me that you don't want to fight. That's what confirmed to me. That right there, I didn't even hear that part. That confirmed to me that you don't want to fight, bro, because you know that when you miss weight, you gotta give these niggas a percentage of your purse. And sometimes they give you X amount of dollars per pound.
Mm-hmm.
So if you 7 pounds over, let's say you giving these niggas 2 racks a pound, you got to give up 14 racks.
Yep.
I don't know what the number is, but let's say it's 2 racks or a rack a pound. 7 racks, 14 racks. You purposely came in overweight. You knew you was coming in overweight. somehow, some way, you feel like they taking too much money out your purse, and now you talking about you don't want to fight? Nigga, it sounds like you just ain't want to fight point blank
In the
because
first place, right?
You knew they was going to take money out your purse, so you like, all right, you take money out my purse, I ain't going to fight. Bitch ass nigga, take the suspension then. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
No bullshit, nigga.
Fuck,
Wow.
nigga. Yo, that right there, I'd be like, man, nah, bro. Fuck out of here. I know Jesse want to fight and all that, and he the victim in this situation. Listen, he want to rumble. It is what it is. He got something personal against Khalil, so he want to rumble him regardless. He probably took less money. Hold on. Let me see. Did he take less money?
He said, I'm not fighting. I don't want to fight. He said, I'm not fighting if y'all taking all that money out of my purse. Then I said, give him some money back. Tell him we still the fight on.
Jesse, you better spark this nigga, bro.
On dogs. Jesse Hart better.
Dog,
bro, it better be a round one finish.
This nigga. You letting this nigga get away with everything. See, cause me, oh my God, I'd have broke that nigga pockets, bro. I would have broke that nigga pockets. Pussy, you want to fight? All right. I'd have tried to make that nigga lose some weight. All that. Jesse, you giving this nigga 8 pounds. You giving this nigga some of his purse back. Like you this can't end with a loss, bro. Like this can't end with a loss. Like nigga, you literally rolling the dice. Like you playing Russian roulette, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
He's playing Russian roulette. He's playing Russian roulette with 3 bullets. He got 3. Yeah, he got 3 bullets in that shit. I was just about to say that.
3. Because for one, you made weight, he didn't. So that's an advantage right there. Then on top of that, he's 8 pounds over. Then you letting this nigga keep some of his purse, even though that's entitled to you. Like, bro, you literally are playing a fucking dangerous game. Very dangerous game. That's 215 says you got to think Mazuma he ain't fighting how long. He need the bread and notoriety. Well, from a pro boxing aspect, yes, but Jesse Hart has been fighting on Team Combat League, bro. And they be making, I heard the numbers they be making over there. They be getting a nice little, you know what I'm saying?
What's Jesse Hart's record?
Jesse like 31-3, I think. I think they said he 31-3 or whatever. But he hasn't been the most active, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he has been doing Team Combat League. It's not the same, obviously. But you know, I don't think it's a money issue. It may be a notoriety issue, so that's probably on to something. But I don't think he really need the bread because, bro, I was hearing, I don't know. I'm hearing these niggas be getting between 2,000 to 3,000 to fight one round. And they might fight 2 different times that night. You do the math. And if they fighting weekly, bi-weekly, they running up a couple dollars, bro.
Facts.
So yeah. So yeah, he might need the money, but I know money's coming in on his side, so I know he ain't doing too. I know he ain't down bad. But notoriety, you definitely got a good you got a good point with that one.
You got to starch Khalil Coe.
Bro, you gotta beat him, bro. Like you giving this nigga everything. Like this nigga, he either really need to fight or like he just wild confident. He knows some shit. He believe that shit that he's saying. You could tell.
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't he believe? Look at his face. Look at his eyes and shit.
That nigga ain't blinked not one time. The nigga eyes been on Max Kellerman this whole time.
Seen his eyes, bro. Y'all should have seen his eyes. He had on his hoodie. His eyes was out. Like looking at, we in negotiations now because the 8 pounds over. He still want to fight. I came in yelling. You still got to see me, pussy. I came in, Greg, talking about calm down, Hart. I need that energy for tomorrow. We got to do this.
Yo, Greg, perfect advice. That's what I was just saying earlier. I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? You can't be crashing out emotionally like this. Like, you gotta keep this. You gotta hold this. You gotta say that for the fight because you could really be drained from the emotional aspect if you letting out Like if you out here crashing out, you burning yourself out mentally. You want to save all of that. You know what I mean? You gotta keep that bottle up, and then you can use that energy to, go to invest into your performance. You feel me? So that was great advice from Greg. So shout out to him for not.
Like every time you pause it, he just looked super pissed off, like he about to kill somebody, bro. Like look at him. Look at Mill's face. Look at Mill energy. I mean, yeah, look at Mill energy, and then look at this nigga.
Intimidating. I'm telling Eddie, man. Eddie, he's scared. He knew I was coming out here. He knew. He still found a way to try to get out of this shit. Come on, bro. I'm a real one. I'm a fighter.
Appreciate the $5 super chat from my man Golden Winnie. Chill, Sue Surf, already cooked Reed. I don't know what that has to do with it. Like, we talking about boxing. And
What you say? I don't even know.
I think you say Sue Surf cooked Reed Dollars. And for anybody,
I don't even know who Sue Surf is, bro. Y'all gotta chill with these names.
I think that's a rapper. For anybody, Khalil's still my young boy. I fucks with him. He fucked up. And I'm not going to act like he didn't because I fuck with him. This ain't a good look. He fucked up. And looks like we still got to fight though.
He still got to see the devil, bro. He still got to see me, bro. I locked the door. There's nowhere to go. And we took the steps off the back porch, brother. Greg said we took the steps off the back porch. So we can't escape through the little... you can't take the fire escape. We took the fire escape off. You still trying to... I'm not fighting. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing this. No, you gotta see me, gang. I'm retarded. You made my daughter call me. Why you pushing? Why you put your hands on?
Yo, that nigga's comedy, dog. Nigga said, I'm retarded. Yo, my nigga, this nigga's the GOAT. This nigga's the GOAT of crashing out in boxing, bro. I swear to God.
Bet. Go to the room. My girl always falling asleep whenever I go live. Yo, this nigga, like, what did he say?
Nigga said, I'm retarded.
Like, what? Yo, get that nigga some food. Did he rehydrate yet? Get that nigga a Snickers or something, bro.
Bro, facts, a Milky Way or something.
You gotta see me, gang. I'm retarded. You made my daughter call me talking about why you pushing, why you put your hand.
Bro, that's 2 sounds that I'm saving in my live.
I'm
saving a John. What was the first one?
He said
I forgot what the first one was. Remind me in the chat, y'all. But this one right here, oh yeah, I'm gonna do something heinous to this nigga.
I'm gonna do something heinous. Yeah, that one.
That's a classic. Then this nigga just straight up said, bro, I'm retarded. Like that shit right there. I see why Khalil a little shook. Khalil,
yeah, nigga, look how he acting, bro.
Like, yo, what's wrong with this nigga? Like let me see what else he said. Hold on, man.
Hands on my dad, my daughter, my 13-year-old baby, my baby, man. She don't like when nobody put her hands on her protector and don't, because she know. I tell all the time. I tell my child this every morning before she go to school. Respect others as you want them to respect you. You hear me? And I drop her off and I tell her, yo, I will kill. If somebody play with you, you know daddy gonna go to jail or die. And that's
saying that to your daughter before she walked into school is hilarious. Like, you pull up to the school, he turned back, he like, you know daddy is killed. Like, nigga, she got a motherfucking math test today.
Nigga, she just started 7th grade, nigga. Chill out.
Bro, like she got a pop quiz in biology today. That's what she worried about. You over here talking about death. Like Jesse, it don't always gotta come to that, bro. Like,
Nigga told her that
it's
dropping
good
her
to
off
just
at
tell her.
preschool.
It's good to you drop her off at a daycare. Yo, I'm gonna just say this though. It's okay to just tell her this one time, Jesse. I mean, you don't need to tell her every time you drop her off.
This is
Every
what it's gonna
time you
be about my child, about my daughter. That's what it's gonna be. So you got my daughter frightened a little bit with this pushing and all this talking. How you talking to me? Got to see me now, nigga. This is not even about us. This about nigga.
Hey.
You made my daughter call me. We got a ticket. We
Hey.
on some other shit.
Hey, Jess, GH said tag him in, GH.
How you pick him in?
Is he in the room?
Yeah, he in the room.
Okay.
Let him jump on. Let him tell y'all what's going on. Let GH tell y'all what happened.
All right, then make sure you come back because we want to ask you about the actual
I'm coming back, and he gonna tell y'all the truth. Greg don't lie. One thing about Greg Hackett, on everything I love, bro, he don't lie about nothing. He could be looking at a man, and then he telling me, no, you did some coward shit. No, when you did that, I ain't like. Greg, y'all know how he talk, bro. He never lie. He'll tell a person to their face. Greg is that.
Jamil, how are you?
All right, we want to welcome the Lord of the Smoke to the building.
How are you, sir?
GHB. And for anybody that's talked shit or been critical, my man GH
Yes.
trains Jesse Hart in the co-main event of a DAZN fight. For anybody that's want to talk about that you're not successful or you know, they're at such a top level. You're not successful in life, etc. My man GH's in Vegas at the Fountain Blue. No, you gotta let me talk my shit. My nigga GH is in Vegas. Fountain Blue will be on DAZN tomorrow night. GH, Khalil Coe misses weight by 7-8 pounds. What happened?
Yeah. We got to the weigh-in, the official weigh-in, and we noticed that the room was a little quiet. It was just, something was in the air. Something didn't feel right. So then a matchroom representative stepped up to us and said, he would like to talk to us. And he pulled us to a corner and he said, well, Khalil's 8 over. And I said, 8 over? Like Kobe? Kobe 8? He said, yeah, Kobe 8. I said, well, how does that work? With 8? I heard of 3. I heard of 4, maybe. But 8 is like insane. So he's like, well, what does Jesse want to do? So I turned around. I said, Hart, what we doing? Hart said, we rumbling. I said, well, the man said we rumbling. I mean, like Hart said, we from Philadelphia. We don't really turn down smoke. We're not going to make it about the weight, even though it is about the 8. We're not going to make it about the weight, We prepared actually 2 camps. We had actually 2 camps because we were supposed to fight October. We were supposed to fight October 10th, was it? In Philadelphia.
Mm.
And it didn't happen because, whatever happened. Khalil said he had excuse me, fellas, excuse me. He had a hand injury, and I guess he got past that, and they rescheduled for January 24th. So we here, so we thinking, from the body language, yesterday we thinking everything is fine. We thinking the weight, everything is cool. The way he was talking, we was like, all right, we here, So here we are. Now we 8 over, so technically 7. We're gonna say 7.
Why did you decide to take the fight? Like Khalil can rumble. Khalil's skillful.
For sure.
Giving an 8-pound advantage to a fighter that's already talented, it seems like it's giving away too much. Why? Why did y'all decide to do this?
Because if you do the math, though, if you get scientific about it, if he's 8 over, that means he was extremely over in the beginning of camp. So therefore, his camp wasn't based on skills. It wasn't based on strategy. His camp was based on, him losing weight.
That's exactly what I said earlier. That's exactly what I said earlier. Like that's the first thing that pops up in my head as a coach. Like if you If a motherfucker is 8 pounds over, that lets me know that they may not be in the best shape for one. Two, they probably were a lot heavier and just got down to that amount. So for all we know, that nigga Khalil Coe was probably 15 pounds over when he got there fight week. Probably
Shit.
more than that. So is this, he probably spent this whole camp
Cutting
worried
weight.
about his weight, not honing in on his craft, not working on a game plan. And I've seen, not me personally involved, but I've actually seen gym sessions like at Pivot Boxing Academy with fighters, I'm not going to say their name, that, took fights, had like 6 weeks to train, and they 30 pounds over. And they doing pad work. They running with sauna suits on. They doing pad work with sauna suits. They sparring in sauna suits, and they not even trying to get in shape. They're just trying to get this weight off just so they can be able to fight and get that check. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like this may very well have been that situation for Khalil, but it's just very strange that you had back-to-back training camps and then you miss weight anyway. It's like you giving me no choice but to have this thought in my head that you never intended on fighting Jesse.
Right. Or you didn't, or you just took the fight
Yeah,
trying to think
I don't
something.
want to think that. I don't want to think that, but you're giving me no other choice but to play that scenario out in my mind because, like, come on, bro. You had this 8 weeks to prepare, which is plenty of time for anybody. And then you were supposed to fight in October. You were supposed to fight October 10th here in Philly when Boots fought Lima. So it's like October, November, December. Like, it's only been 2 months. It's a 2-month gap.
Right.
It's a 2-month and some change gap. How much did you blow up in weight that you had? I don't know, bro. This should not adding up to me, bro. But I really want to hear more details on what was said behind the scenes because I seen Jesse Hart say that Khalil was trying to back out of the fight, talking about, no, you ain't taking this much money out of my purse. I ain't fighting. So Jesse Hart pretty much had to take every fucking L to make the fight happen.
Right. Bro, that's some dog shit if you ask me, bro. That's why he's pissed off
Dog
and
shit.
shit.
But this is the thing. It's only gonna look good if Jesse wins.
Nah, facts.
You feel me? It was like it remind me of when I, Kobe was my favorite ball player growing up and shit. This nigga pull up, this nigga fade a 3-pointer with 4 niggas guarding him. And people like, yeah, like that's a terrible move, but it don't those type of shots only look good when they go in.
Nah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a terrible decision, but if you make the shot, you know what I mean, you're gonna get cool points for that. I feel like that's the point that I think that's the position that Jesse Hart is in right now. It's like, all right, like what you did was brave. We respect it. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a certain level of cojones to do that type shit because we see niggas who was in a lesser situation like Edwin De Los Santos, his team walked away from the fight.
Right. So it's not like now it's like, nigga, you better win.
Yeah, and it's like because if you lose, everybody gonna say you dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna call him that. It's really gonna be me. Like, Jesse, a fighter. At the end of the day, he took the chance. Khalil took advantage of a motherfucker who really wanted to fight. Like, he had an unfair advantage. It's gonna be really hard for me to give Khalil credit for if he were to pull out this win. I think Khalil's in a fucked up situation, regardless of what happens. If he gets sparked, niggas gonna be like, "Oh, this nigga Khalil, he is
buns.
focused." You know what I mean? He not really that. If he win, they're gonna be like, "All right, like you beat Jesse," but it's like, look what you came into the fight with, though. You had a 7 to 8 pound advantage off rip. So it's like, he in a fucked up situation. Let's see if Greg gonna say anything else.
So, that's one issue that we're not worried about. And another thing is we worked hard, man. We worked hard, and Jesse was getting up 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to run at 5 in the morning, hitting Kelly Drive in the dead winter. So I mean, why would we allow him to ruin our moment. You know what I mean? We are claiming the win. We are claiming the win because, you know what I mean, this is what we came to do. We came to get the dub. So it's, you know, we're not going to just turn it down because of 8 pounds.
What did he say he was doing in that winter?
Nigga running in Kelly Drive at 4 or 5 in the morning. You know how cold that shit gotta be, bro? Like Kelly Drive is like right by the art museum in Philly, right? But it's like right by the water. Anytime, like
Oh,
if it's
anything by the
cold,
water is cold as shit.
yeah, it's right by the
Yeah,
water.
that
I used to
breeze
run
is
down there,
stupid.
right? I used to run down there on the regular, and it's really like it really is darkest around that time, like 4 or 5 in the morning. It's dark as a motherfucker, bro. You know it's cold as shit because the sun ain't nowhere to be found. You by the water. That shit gotta be cooking Jesse every time he go out there. But you know what I'm saying? That's the sacrifices that he made. So Jesse, you know, Greg and Jesse's looking at it from a standpoint like, yo, you know what I mean? Like we were supposed to fight in October. You feel what I mean? That shit fell through. Them niggas probably invested a lot of money into that camp just for that shit to fumble. Then, you know what I mean? You got this fight right here. You know what I mean? Like, bills got to get paid. People got to be taken care of. You know what I mean? Greg, he's not doing this shit for free. I'm sure he wants to get paid too. You know what I'm saying? And they put in a whole lot of work for this one moment. And they feel like this is a moment they could fully take advantage of and go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And I seen somebody had asked a question. Let me see. Somebody said, "What does this win do for Jesse?" or something like that. Dust 215 said, "Where does this win take his career?" Well, I mean, I can answer for both sides. Like, you know, if Jesse beats Khalil Coe, then that's gonna make him that's definitely gonna make him a strong candidate at light heavyweight for, you know, an interim title shot, you know what I mean, a title eliminator. You know what I mean? That'll get him closer to a world title shot because Khalil Coe is a notable name in terms of like contenders, prospects in the light heavyweight division. You feel what I mean? So it's a great name to put on your resume.
Oh, so they at 175 with it.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, and damn, this nigga came in 8 pounds overweight, nigga. What the
He was
fuck?
182, bro. He was almost 183. I think he was like 182.8 or something.
Bro, holy shit, dog. That
Yeah,
nigga must
bro.
have been like 200
You
something,
either
bro.
you either did not try to make weight or you cut so like you were so overweight that was just what you had left over.
Yeah, he must have been like what? What do you think he was like? He was at like
Had to
what,
be-
220?
if he had actually attempted to make weight and he cut as much as he could, he had to be in the 90s. He had to be in the 90s, high 80s. Like it. That's just, you know, that's me. That's what
Well,
I
with
think.
8 weeks? With 8 weeks, Mark?
Oh no. Now, if it's a situation, like I said, I don't know what happened, but
Yeah, I'm thinking of this being an issue of him being too overweight. So I'm
yeah,
thinking like he's like
if he blew up in weight, he definitely was in the
I'm
two.
thinking he's like I'm thinking he's like 220, 225,
Ain't
230
no way you
maybe.
blowing up that much, bro. Ain't no way you blowing up that much as a light heavy when you was just in camp in October. Like I just don't believe that shit. Don't even sound right. And Khalil not the biggest motherfucker neither. So how much weight can that little nigga really put on? Like I don't know, bro. But definitely had to be in the 200s. Probably close to 210 or something. And I was just trying to. I don't know. That's yeah. It could be so many different things. Maybe he was sick and he had to stay hydrated in order to get past his illness. It could be so many things, bro. Maybe he didn't fully heal from that injury. I don't know.
Right.
Like, and he probably wasn't able to cut weight well like how he intended to. It could be so many things. Maybe he don't want to fight.
Right. Man.
So yeah, man.
Hopefully Jesse Hart just sparked the nigga, bro.
Yeah, bro. So Death said, remember when they was talking about Hart fighting Benavidez? Yeah, I remember that. So that lets you know how close he is to a world title shot. So if he beat Khalil, that'll make him an even stronger candidate. So he definitely needs this win. He lose, then he not gonna be mentioned with no Benavidez no more. That's for sure.
Are you surprised that the State Athletic Commission went ahead with this? Because normally there's like a certain threshold where they'll shut it down. Or is this because
Well,
it's such a big fight that the fight has to go on?
I'm not surprised because when you look at the card, this is the fight. No disrespect to Andy Cruz, no disrespect to Muratalla, no disrespect to Amari Jones, no disrespect to Zaquin Moses, no disrespect to Madrimov, but this is the fight of the card. This is the most intriguing fight. This is the most action-packed fight. And they are the big fellas on the card. So, you know what I mean? Why would you want to pull the big fellas off of the card? And like they always do, they always make adjustments. And some adjustments was made, you know, some negotiations was had, and here we are.
Now, is this a situation where now the promotion kind of has to bend a lot with Jesse? Because, you know, he's doing them a favor initially. That based off the rules of boxing that I know, once you step on the scale,
Yeah.
you are entitled to your full fight purse. Is that correct?
Well, from what we're understanding, that is correct, but in different cases, meaning different sanctioning bodies. I mean, not
State
sanctioning,
athletic commissions.
State athletic. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, my mind's all over the place right now. I really just, I don't know. We went through a lot, but yeah, we finding out that that is true in certain spots. But you know, we at the same time we just was looking to fight. Believe it or not, this is not the first time we went through this. Even though this is only our fourth fight together, right? We actually went through this about 2 fights ago. Hart for the guy that came in at like around 192 or something like that. So end up stopping the guy. So, you know, we here.
Does this change your approach as the trainer? Does it change the game plan a little bit? Like, are you thinking about the fight differently now?
No, because one thing we know about Khalil Coe, even though he did come in overweight, he does blow up. So we was prepared for him to blow up anyway. We wasn't really worried about that part. It's just the fact that he's a little bit more blown up before the fight. So he's going to be even bigger.
So he do blow up. Okay. So yeah, the motherfucker probably blew up too much and struggled coming down. Because when motherfuckers cut weight, they do hit a wall. Sometimes it take a little while to get past that, John. So, I don't know, bro. Super weird.
Bigger fight night. So, actually, that gives us more of an advantage, if you ask me.
Okay. Salute to my man Fighting Words with Bang. Subscribe to the channel. As soon as the fight's over, they're gonna have the smoke show and Sunday dinner where they want to recap the Zuffa card. Unless Bang, you doing the Zuffa card too, or you doing the Zuffa card tonight? Either or, tune in to Sunday dinner and the smoke show. That
I don't think there's any more outside of that. Yeah, but you know, shout out to Jesse Hart. That was a classic.
Yo, Mark, I might get off live real quick, bro.
All right. Shout out to Jesse. Yep. Shout out to Jesse Hart. That was a classic. That nigga was on straight bullshit, but it was very entertaining, very funny. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm rooting for Jesse Hart. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got some things against him. You know, Khalil Coe may very well be in shape. You know, he seems like he has a significant advantage in the rehydration area. And, you know, shit, this motherfucker really didn't take much penalties for coming in 8 pounds overweight. So we gonna see. We're gonna see exactly how the way this fight turns out. But I hope Jesse Hart is able to pull it off, because I ain't gonna lie, you know, what Khalil Coe pulled was definitely some whole shit, to be real. For all that, you should have just not went about doing the fight, man. Like, if you really that concerned about Jesse Hart, or you just not in the right space right now to fight somebody like Jesse Hart, then you should have made that clear and took whatever time you needed in your career, you know, to get your shit together, bro. I don't know, bro. That was very unprofessional, very disrespectful to everybody that believe in you, to be honest. Like, Eddie Hearn ain't have to sign you, bro. He took that chance on you because he felt like you could be somebody. You know what I mean? He feels like you have the potential to be a star. You know, Eddie Hearn ain't signing you if he feel like he can't make money off of you. So he over here putting you in positions, putting you on these big cards. You know what I mean? You already fumbled the bag once losing. You was able to avenge that loss. And now you back on the same dumb shit. So it's like, you being a huge disappointment to the people around you who are trying to make you something in your life. You feel me? So, definitely a bad move. Jesse Hart did all the right things. He's not in the wrong in this situation. I just didn't like the arrogance of Khalil Coe neither. Like after the weigh-in, he pushing Jesse and Jersey. It's like, man, shout out to Jersey, but yeah, don't rep Jersey in a moment like this, because for real, what you did was very unprofessional. You know what I mean? Very disrespectful. And I know Jersey niggas don't give it up like that, bro. There's some stand-up niggas in Jersey, so don't put it on Jersey when you do some whole shit. I ain't gonna put something on Philly if I was to do some whole shit, because that shit don't make us look good. When you do some whole shit and you say Jersey, that's you pretty much stamping that Jersey, get into whole shit and do nut shit. Like, nah, bro, you're not doing that. De La Soul in the building said he just pulling the Keyshawn move. I think they do it because they are scared and want an advantage. I don't know what it is, bro, but one thing that we can all agree on is that it's definitely a lack of discipline. You know what I mean? It's definitely a lack of discipline. It's a bad look overall, man, because, it really shows these dudes' character whenever it's time to step up or be a part of a fight that may be deemed as dangerous. You feel me? Like, Edwin De Los Santos could be a problem for just about anybody. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of pressure on Keyshawn to perform well against De Los Santos because his quote-unquote brother didn't have the best performance against him, just for you to come in overweight and not fight the guy at all. And then go to a whole nother division after that when you was calling people out at 35, assuming that you beat De Los Santos. It was like that whole situation was just messy, bro. Very, very messy situation. But, it definitely looked like these dudes don't be wanting to fight for real. And Keyshawn was blaming his whole situation on drinking every day. That's a lack of discipline, brother. Like what you got going on so bad in your life. You got the world at your feet. You in a position to create generational wealth for you and your family. But somehow, some way, life's so fucking bad that you need to drink liquor every day in the lead up to a fight, knowing damn well you shouldn't be doing that. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of don't believe the nigga. I kind of don't believe in the nigga. So you was drinking every day in camp, and nobody on your team saw you drinking. Ain't nobody smell it on your breath. Where were you going? Where were you? Don't y'all go away from camp? Don't y'all be like in Colorado Springs? Do you be in Omaha? Where are you getting these beverages from? I'm pretty sure they would have saw y'all. Y'all always together all the time. Did you step out on your own and go buy some beer? Did you bring some liquor? Did you have some liquor in your duffel bag that you traveled over to camp with? How did you even get there? I ain't gonna lie, I don't believe it, bro. I think that's cat. I think the nigga's a liar. That's another thing. Bernie the boxer, one of the coaches, Bernie, nigga said he ain't never see him put no bottle to his mouth. Nigga there the whole time. Well, how about everybody else? You in a fucking training camp, bro. You're not gonna be able to do shit like that and people not notice. And liquor is very easy to smell on the breath, bro. If you down a bottle if you down a Corona, if you down a Coors Light, a Heineken, whatever the case, you down a shot or two, 3, whatever. As soon as you get to talking, I'm gonna know that you drinking just off of the smell of your breath. Ain't nobody smell that shit on your breath when you was out. Come on, bro. I don't believe in that shit. That nigga's a liar, bro. The motherfucker ain't want to fight. He was sneaking nips in the bathroom. Super bad, John. Super bad, John. And you a grown-ass man. Why you hiding drinking liquor if you were doing that? Why you hiding from other men to do some stupid shit? All I'm saying is, bro, listen, everybody got their thing. Everybody got they things that they got to push past mentally. People do go through some things. Mental health issues are very real indeed. But, you know, I'm not about to just keep using that angle. I'm not gonna continue to be cool with people using that angle to do fuck shit. Bella Faith in the building. She said the commission letting the Coe and Hart fight go on is risky. That is beyond blowing the weight. That's a fact. You almost talking about double digits over in weight. Like what he was 182.8 or some shit like that. That's damn near 8 pounds. If you round it up, that's 8 fucking pounds, bro. Like any other, like I'm telling y'all, I had a direct experience in Pennsylvania, here in Philly, when a fighter came at 7 pounds over. He was 7 pounds over the limit against my fighter. And they didn't even negotiate none of that. They was like, no, this fight ain't happening. One guy 147, the other one 154. That's literally 2 different weight classes. We not letting that happen. Sorry. And I think dude got suspended and all types of shit for that shit. But so it's like the fact that Nevada let this shit happen is very weird. Because let's say it's a situation where, you know, and I don't even want to bring this up to reality. But let's say something happens to Jesse. I'm not gonna say what it is. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna get into specifics. But let's say something happens to Jesse as a result of that fight. A lot of people gonna be looking at the Nevada State Athletic Commission with that side eye, because y'all seen that Khalil Coe was already 7+ pounds over on Jesse. Y'all let this shit happen. That shouldn't have been allowed. Very, very strange. But I guess because, you know, it's the co-main event of the card and stuff like that, they really fought to keep that shit in place. And maybe Jesse Hart begging and pleading was enough for them to be like, you know what, let's just have them fight. So we about to see either Khalil is going to reap the benefits from that unfair advantage, or he's going to run into a hell of a lot of trouble with Jesse Hart. Like, I really think it's either or to me. Yeah, something happened to Hart, or whatever the case is. People gonna have a hard time. Like these you know, these promoters and shit, they're gonna have a hard time trusting Nevada. I mean, Nevada, or you know what I mean? Nevada's gonna be looked at as like this corrupt organization that just be letting people do whatever they want over there. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 31 people that's in the building. Took us about an hour and a half, but we finally getting the viewership that we're looking for. So let's actually get into the Raymond Muratalla, Andy Cruz weigh-in. Let's see exactly how these guys look on the scale. Pause. Let's get into it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome everybody here to the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas, Nevada for the official weigh-in for a big night of World Championship professional boxing taking place here tomorrow night. And it's now time to weigh in the main event of the evening, as Mr. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing, in association with top-ranked welts, Cubas. And his opponent now making his way to the stage. He is the defending world champion. Professional record, perfect. 23 fights, 23 victories with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Fontana, California. Please welcome the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF lightweight champion of the world, Raymond Danger Muratalla. Muratalla. Now to the scale, El Diamante, Andy Cruz.
I ain't gonna lie, Muratalla don't look like he Mexican for real. Is he Mexican? He don't really look like am I tripping? I don't know. Jesse, like Raymond could literally pass for like a Colombian nigga or something. Like he like one of them niggas. Maybe Dominican.
134.4 for the challenger, Andy Diamante Cruz. 134.
Andy looked like he in phenomenal shape, bro. He looked like he had a good weight cut. You see what I'm saying? Look, he looked like he put the muscle on the right way. Don't look too bulky, none of that. Look shredded. Definitely in shape, ready to go. Look like he had a great training camp.
4. And now to the scale, the defending world champion Raymond Danger Muratalla. 134.6 for the defending world champion.
That motherfucking Muratalla is shape, boy. God damn, look at that shit. Look at the biceps, bro. That nigga is shitty shape. Yo, Muratalla not playing with Andy, bro. And how the way he look, bro, he probably gonna rehydrate something crazy. He probably gonna crack the high 40s, low 50s type John. That's what it's looking like, bro. Yeah, that boy is they both look like they in phenomenal shape, bro. We gotta fucking fight. We got a fucking fight on our hands, bro. I cannot wait for this fight. I ain't even gonna lie. Like this, the promotion been real low key. Ain't really been all out there, all like that. But man, these weigh-ins in itself, the drama between Hart and Coe, you know, these two silent assassins look like they in impeccable shape, ready to fight. I gotta see this shit, bro. I gotta see this shit. Raymond looked like he swole in a bitch, though. God damn. He like he had a hell of a training camp too, bro. And I think it's because he understands who he in there against. And I think Andy Cruz understands that this is his moment to shine, to prove that he's amongst the elite. So, man, we got to fight, bro.
Raymond Danger Muratalla. Raymond Danger Muratalla, Andy Diamante Cruz, 12 rounds for the IBF Lightweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing in association with Top Rank Incorporated, live on DAZN from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, they both look like they're in phenomenal shape. They in shape, trimmed, ready to fucking go. Ready to go, man. This is the type shit that I like to see right here. Now motherfuckers blowing up 8 pounds overweight, fights getting canceled, none of that goofy shit, man. This is the shit I like to see right here. Two young motherfuckers rolling the dice, you know what I mean? Both in their prime, in shape, ready to go, no stones left unturned, none of that. Bro, this gonna be a banger, bro. Listen, man, y'all gotta watch this fight. And this ain't me putting my promoter hat on, they ain't my job. But as a boxing fan, bro, I'm genuinely excited about this fight right here, bro. Raymond Muratalla, he got skills. The guy could rumble, man. Andy Cruz, he could rumble. This dude, a lot of people looking at him as like one of the next promising guys coming up. And, you know, and Tricks just beat me to it. I was just about to get into it. We got a great coaching matchup, too. Robert Garcia versus Bozy Ennis. Come on, man. Two phenomenal fucking trainers that we praise on Mazuma TV on a regular basis. Bozy Ennis, you know what I mean? Somebody who's been in the game coaching for 40 plus years, trained his sons up, built his son from the ground up, being a fucking world champion. You know, Robert Garcia building champions from scratch as well, been was a professional fighter, was a world champion too. Like, this is like the amount of boxing knowledge between these two in itself is phenomenal. Everything about this shit is lit. I ain't gonna lie. Wish they did a little bit more with the promotion, but neither one of these dudes are big talkers for real. Like, Andy like to joke around and shit like that, but I wouldn't necessarily classify him as a trash talker. He be trolling and shit like that. Like, he'll do a little dad joke about Keyshawn and shit, but for the most part, he don't really be doing too much. You know what I mean? I have yet to see Andy Cruz mad, upset, or anything like that thus far in his career. So he seems to be a chill dude. Raymond Muratalla, I don't look like he say too much neither. He just come out and whoop ass. So this shit lit. It's on. It's popping. I'm looking forward to it. We gotta see. We gotta support these type of fights, bro. Shout out to Eddie Hearn for putting this shit together. You know what I mean? Either Raymond Muratalla gonna show you that he belong here and that he there to stay, or Andy Cruz about to show y'all that there's levels to this shit and that he really about to make a statement at 135. Either way, whoever wins this fight is putting on a statement regardless, because if Raymond beats Andy Cruz, we've been praising Andy Cruz this whole time, we're going to have a little bit of a different conversation about Raymond, bro. But if Andy Cruz wins, with the amount of fights that he has, he only got 7 pro fights. This is going to be his 8th fight. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be his 7th fight. 6-0, bro. If he gets a world title in less than 10 fights, that's phenomenal, bro. I mean, but when you're 30 years old, you really ain't got all that time to be waiting either. You feel me? So I get it. Plus, he had a shit ton of amateur experience. Like, do we really need to put the training wheels on this nigga? No, not really. So looking forward to seeing this shit, y'all. Really, really looking forward to seeing this. Now, I want to wrap this shit up by getting into my final predictions. Now, I don't even want to put a prediction. I was going to do a prediction on Khalil Coe and Jesse Hart and all that. But, bro, I really don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That 7+ pound, missing 7+ pounds, being 7+ pounds overweight, bro. That just threw such a monkey wrench in that situation for me that I don't even know what's going to happen. Like, I feel like it's either going to be really good for Jesse or really bad. I don't really don't know. It's gonna be a crazy outcome in that situation. That's just how I feel. Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla. I already done told y'all what I think. I think Andy Cruz is gonna do enough to win a convincing unanimous decision over Raymond Muratalla. Raymond Muratalla is sneaky, so if Andy Cruz lacks or he reaches with a shot, Muratalla could come up with a counter that could probably hurt Andy. You feel what I'm saying? I think Andy needs to stay sharp, athletic. You know what I mean? Definitely working his angles, putting his punches together. You know what I mean? As long as he's able to do that, I think he can outbox Raymond. I just think he's a bit more skilled, a bit more athletic, just a bit more intelligent than Raymond Muratalla. I think, like I said, Raymond Muratalla has some defensive flaws, and I think him, staying on the center line too long with his feet stuck in the mud, and pulling straight back on the center line, I think that's going to really cost him with somebody like Andy Cruz. It may have been something that he's worked on, so maybe he made some adjustments in camp, but I don't know if that's something that could be fixed in one training camp. You feel what I mean? That's a habit that needs to be broke throughout several training camps. So we'll see. I'm rooting for Andy Cruz. I mean, I like Raymond Muratalla. If he pulls it off, I mean, I'm already a fan of him, so nothing really much has changed. I just put a lot more respect on his name. Jesse Hart, I'm rooting for him. I think what he just experienced was some bullshit, and I would love to see a good story about a fighter defying the odds, especially coming out of Philadelphia. You know what I mean? North Philly, to be exact. You know what I mean? That's my North Philadelphia brother right there, Jesse Hart. So I really hope that he does what he needs to do. You know what I mean? Hopefully he got enough left in the tank to defeat somebody like Khalil Coe. Khalil Coe definitely was lacking. Definitely wasn't 100% prepared. You know what I mean? You could tell by how heavy he was on that scale. But still very much dangerous, got good power. You know what I mean? And solid amateur pedigree, too. And he's looking to make his name in the light heavyweight division. It's either going to work out in Jesse's favor really well or it's not. there's going to be actually terrible outcome for him. So we'll see. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for Jesse Hart, but I'm going to reserve my pick on that because it's such an unpredictable outcome. I'm just so split on what could happen. I'm going to reserve my opinion for that one. But I do think Andy Cruz will pull off the unanimous decision against Raymond Muratalla, man. But that's pretty much my live for the night, man. I hope you guys appreciated the content. I'll be back at y'all tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe a little before that. You know what I mean? Because I got to give you guys my live fight commentary, give you my post-fight reaction to Khalil Coe versus Jesse Hart, along with Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla, man. If you appreciated this content, please go ahead, like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? The subscriber count been a little stagnant or whatever the case is, man. That's just what happens with these small channels and shit like that, especially when boxing news ain't really picking up all like that. And when things are slow, I understand how it could be like that. But, you know, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. We do this on a daily basis. I mean, one of the most consistent channels, one of the most knowledgeable channels out here. And we got them interviews coming soon, man. So be on the lookout for that. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'll let y'all, man. Peace.